Right away, it is obvious to me what this question is testing. We have verbs, so we have to think about the tense of the verbs, but not really. It's much more about verb agreements. So we have to think about whether the verbs are singular or plural. And I recommend categorizing these verbs before you even start the questions. That way you kind of just know already what you're looking for as you go into the sentence. So you should be able to tell singular and plural verbs very easily. This one has the complexity that they're all contractions, right? So they have the N apostrophe T at the end, so that might mess us up a little bit, but hopefully we've learned them when they're normal, and then we can just kind of apply it here. That has or hasn't is singular, was or wasn't is also singular, is or isn't is singular, and are or aren't is plural. So hey, what do you know? One of these is not like the others. I wonder what the answer is going to be. Let's go to the sentence and see. The artistic talents of Barbara Chase Ribaude, most known for her 1979 historical novel Sally Hemings and the conversation it inspired, blank, limited to the realm of prose. So I'm going to stop there because there's a colon, but it kind of means the sentence is over. So you can kind of hear I stumbled in the middle there. So let's make our lives easier. This comma and this comma tell me that we are describing who this Barbara person is. So that's extra information. The subject of the verb is not going to be in there. So the main sentence is really the artistic talents of Barbara Chase Ribaude, blank, limited to the realm of prose. So we might think it's singular because it's like, well, aren't we talking about Barbara? So isn't that singular? Well, the key piece right here is the word of. Actually, let me highlight that. This is telling me we have a prepositional phrase, which is adding extra information. Now, the subject of sentences is not going to be in a prepositional phrase, so we actually have to recognize that the subject is right here. The artistic talents of Barbara aren't limited to the realm of prose. So if we kind of start removing all these extra pieces, the part I crossed out in the commas plus the prepositional phrase, it's very obvious that we need a plural verb here, right? The artistic talents aren't limited to the realm of prose. Now we lose a lot of details in this sentence, but that's not what we're interested in when we're trying to find the subject of a sentence. We're not looking for the topic. We're not looking for the main idea. We are looking for a grammatical idea, something that is fundamental to the structure of that sentence. And so the artistic talents, that is the plural verb, and so, or the plural subject, so we need the plural verb aren't. Now notice though, even if we were confused by all that extra stuff going on, we would still recognize that one of these is plural and the other three are singular. So it's very unlikely that one of the singular verbs is correct. This is why I want you categorizing these verbs before you start the process of solving the question. It's not necessarily always going to be the case that it's a three of one type and one of another, and that's the odd one out is the winner, but it's a good start, and it's so far been that way on most questions that test verb agreement on the SAT. So it's a good strategy to both know and to actually use on the SAT. So please recognize when a question is testing verb agreement, and the first thing you should do is categorize the verbs as singulars or plurals.